Welcome to the program tonight. Now, only 1 week after KTN's expose on preacher Victor Kanyari, State House is tonight announcing that the government is working on a framework for the registration of religious organizations.
Earlier in the past week, Director of Public Prosecutions Keriako Tobiko ordered the police to investigate Kanyari for allegedly obtaining money by false pretences. Well, could this be the beginning of the end of the prayer predators? Sharon Momanyi explores.
Na mwingine ambaye unamuona hapa alituma sadaka ya 310 akiwa nyumbani, atatuambia ni wapi.
The damning expose took the country by storm. Makri ya Injili by Mohammed Ali on Jicho Pevu and Prayer Predators by John Alan Namu on KTN sparring headlines across Kenyan media houses. And the country's top legal officials are not quiet on the case, one that exposed how Victor Kanyari coached people to offer false testimonies as he faked healing and miracles. On its Twitter handle, the Presidential Strategic Communications Unit communicated that, quote, the Attorney General has proposed to the government a framework for registration and management of religious communities, end of quote. The unit further posted that, quote, a task force to advise on the amendment/overhaul of the Societies Act shall be announced soon, end of quote.
I would also encourage a task force to look at matters of the way churches are registered. And if they are not registered properly, they are not systems and structures, they should be deregistered. We should have like a catalog of particular things that should be put in place for churches to operate.
So many churches have mushroomed in the country in the past years, increasing reports of corruption and unethical conduct within these institutions occurring in their wake. Thus, the increasing calls to ensure checks and balances within the institutions of worship, particularly to ensure that the right to freedom of worship is not abused by fraudsters.
The church doesn't belong to the pastor. I am appointed to be in charge of the cathedral. I account on every shilling that we receive. And not just me, we have a pastoral team. We have the parish council that hold us accountable. This cathedral every April has an AGM that says this is the money we received, this is the way we use, this is the balance. And so Christians should go to churches where there are systems.
Places of worship are registered under societies in Kenya under the Societies Act 108. An applicant collects the forms from the counter at the Registrar of Societies office. The applicant then submits the filled-in form with a registration fee of 2,000 shillings. A file is then opened at the Registrar's office and is considered within a period of 120 days. Once registered, the applicant can then proceed with other establishments such as buildings, the leadership structures, among others. However, there are a number of churches that are only registered at the Registrar's office. They do not provide further information such as leadership structures or traceability. This poses a challenge in holding them accountable for what they preach or the activities they carry out. Church leaders point out the importance of self-regulation in the church. The National Council of Churches of Kenya is a regulatory body in Kenya consisting of 26 denominations.
I don't know who will be members of that task force. To me, religious institutions should regulate themselves. Like the Anglican Church is under the NCCK, there's an umbrella body. That if I misbehaved, there are systems that will bring that to check.
National Council of the Churches of Kenya ilikuwa na jukumu ya kusahihisha makanisa, na ilikuwa inaangalia hata taratibu ya mafunzo na hata uongozi na vile ule kiongozi ametayarishwa hata kineno la Mungu.
While acknowledging the need for a more stringent framework of registration of religious institutions, the Right Reverend Canon Sami Wainaina, provost at the All Saints Cathedral Church in Nairobi, put some blame on the Christian fraternity.
I would like to emphasize more is about how gullible our Christians are. Why do they allow that? They know you can't buy blessings with money. they know this theology of seed has been used to manipulate.
The Bible warns of false prophets who it says will come dressed as sheep, but being ravenous wolves inside. Perhaps a strict legal framework will fight half the battle to ensure that these quote-unquote wolves do not make it to the pulpit. Religious leaders are also urging Christians to be more conscious of what they allow in the name of God. Sharon Momanyi, KTN, Nairobi.